welcome to Speaking of. I'm Jared.
I'm Kate.
That was the best count-in ever.
Maybe someday you'll get to see the uncut version.
Maybe.
And you'll get to hear me count down from 1 up to 3.
Was it 3?
Did I count up or down? I don't
know.
You know what?
It might have
Jared
been 5.
hit his head earlier, so
I did.
nobody
I
knows
hit my
anything.
head earlier. On the tree.
On the tree.
Because I can't watch where I'm going. I think I'm shorter than I am as part of the problem.
That's not a common problem.
Than I actually am in real life.
I think I'm shorter than I am. I can fit through that. Yeah.
It's good. So speaking of that and other stupid stuff I say, we're driving
There's a
last
long
night.
list.
And Kate's driving and I'm like, don't look, it's a dead thing. It was great.
It was great. If only I had such warnings for everything in my life. But no.
Right?
No, I don't.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, before we get in too deep,
Okay.
I have to make a couple of call-outs.
Oh, have people been watching?
We have a couple of new subscribers.
Oh, awesome.
So remember,
Look at us.
We have Ben.
What fantastic creators we are.
Hey, will you text Hubs and tell him to bring me my chapstick?
Do you want it delivered on set?
I want it delivered on set. I need it badly,
Okay.
and I'm not leaving.
Sorry, I gotta unlock my phone. It doesn't know me with my glasses.
You think?
It's supposed to.
Not with dark glasses.
Not with MIB glasses. All right, do your shout outs.
Okay, Ben, our new subscriber, our new willing voluntary subscriber,
Yeah, we didn't even have to twist his arm.
because our next subscriber, Emily, all she did was say, type it into my phone.
And it'll
suddenly
work.
she was subscribed. I purposely did not click the red subscribe button. I like to let you do that of your own free will and choice. In some occasions.
Yeah, some occasions.
I would also like to call out the weird IT guys. We had a lovely chat this morning.
I'm debating whether or not to tell the husband right now.
You might need to, because he
Anyway.
won't know.
Okay.
And what was his nickname again?
Oh, Everett Perry.
You just said.
No,
Yeah,
that's what
Perry.
his Perry. Yeah. I mean, before it was
Like the
what was his
platypus.
name? Oh yeah, like the platypus. Sorry, I've got to focus on a task, people. Who was that other guy?
Brinkerhoff.
Brinkerhoff. Randy Brinkerhoff.
You gotta drop the first name.
It doesn't matter because
It
those
does.
people aren't watching.
It is, but the real people now know. Okay, anyway, and one last thing. Mo, if you're out there, we miss you.
We do.
You know who else I miss? Speaking of missing. Oleg.
Okay, sorry. I have, doing things.
Oleg.
I do miss Oleg.
Oleg. Listen to me.
We're not
Oleg!
talking about our legs.
Oleg. Yeah, those were good times.
Those were good times. Do you remember when he gave me a tea cozy, a tea light
Yes.
lamp
He
thing?
gave me a little tiny jewelry box thing. I still
I
have
think
it.
I still have mine too.
Mhm.
Fun times.
Pardon me, I'm parched.
Because we're out.
I'm out. Just kidding. I just wanted to be you.
It's harder than it looks.
We are
Anyway.
having a good time today.
So, today I wore my King of the Hill shirt
Mm-hmm.
to remind me about the good old boys, to remind me about the story at the Megalomart. Sometimes it takes a village of reminders
That
to
was,
remind me of one story
that was quite a process.
that happened this week.
Okay.
So I'm at the Megalomart doing my thing when
Were you over there in
now that I'm a
Maidenberry?
member, yes, I'm like now that I'm a member of Costco, I might be able to ditch the Megalomart. We'll see. We'll see.
He's finally come up.
I know. Woo, I'm moving up in the world. So we just totally got a look from the guy across the street. He didn't know what's going on over here. He
And
just wishes he could be here.
he doesn't know what's going on and is not sure he wants to.
I just said he wishes he could be here.
That doesn't mean he wants to know what's going on. Two different things, my friend. Two different things.
So I'm waiting at the pharmacy as per usual, and there's a man cutting his nails in the middle
Shut
of like
up.
everything, not like even discreetly, cutting his nails.
Was he old?
Not
Not
old enough. So there are moments that, you know, I can put on a poker face, and there are other moments where I am so aghast that there's no poker face given.
Look.
So exactly. Oh, it was all I could do. All I could do. So again, there's a look, the look, and it's all I can do not to get out my phone and start taking video. I just really, really wanted to do it
Hey,
because
dude, you want to go viral?
yeah, and you know, oh my gosh.
The
So I was
people's
so
Megalomart.
disgusted. So he sees my look, has the audacity to shoot me a look back. While he continues
How dare you
to
judge me
cut
for grooming myself in
his
public?
fingernails. Oh, it was just the nastiest thing. But wait, there's more. So the line's moving up, and I'm still like looking because I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna make a total scene here because I have to come here a lot. So I don't want to be, you know, like kicked out or anything. But I'm gonna continue to
Wise.
glare at you. So the line moves up to the point that it's my turn. That the pharmacist noticed
He saw the
that I'm
exchange.
looking at something because I'm not paying attention. So she looks over and her eyes get big
I mean, how long does it take you to cut
to
your
the
nails?
point that he realizes that both of us are staring him down. The clippers that he was using
Stop it.
are in those little cans
No!
for sale. He puts them back in and moves on along his merry way.
Stop it.
No. So, like, before I'm even to the front, so, yeah, so he moves along and I'm going up to get my prescription, and she's like, so-and-so, you need to go and get those
Excuse me.
clippers.
Why?
Just like,
Okay,
and I was wondering, I'm like, do you always travel around with your nail clippers and just
well,
trim
some
your
people
nails
have
and
them on their keychains,
public
the older
and-
people, but
yeah, but no, so then it all made sense.
so
Not so much, but
speaking of
anyway.
using things that don't belong to you, I saw an article just
Oh, dear.
yesterday about a woman who took a video of herself. Now, and I'm not sure now how it is that they can't find her, but anyway. they're
Because I'm
look-
sure if I had taken my video,
All-
everyone would have found this man.
All I'm saying is, people are looking for her. She took a video
I'm
of
scared.
herself in the grocery store pulling out a container of Blue Bunny ice cream,
Oh no.
opening it,
Oh no.
licking it,
Oh no.
putting the lid back, and putting it back in the refrigerator.
I hate people. I just, oh my gosh.
You need to take your glasses off. Nobody can see your expressions.
Okay. Whew. Suddenly it's bright. But
Stop trying to be cool.
they're my MIB glasses. I just wanted to put that in one more time. Or maybe the first time, because I hit my head.
He's gonna hit his head hard. Oh, sorry. I just
So
took
the
away
blue
your plausible deniability.
Oh, I almost said blue bonnet. Blue bunny.
No,
huh?
it's not Blue Bunny. Is it Blue Bunny?
There is a blue bunny.
It's one that we
I
don't
feel like
have
we
here.
need to do a disclaimer now for anyone that might have that brand
Well,
in their store.
That brand, they're the ones, the brand is who's looking for her.
Good for them.
Yeah, they're like, that is unacceptable. And so I guess people were like commenting or whatever, how they do, about, you know, oh, well, you guys should have the plastic film over it so they can't do that.
Well,
He said that during the process, they flip it upside down and freeze the ice cream so makes its own vacuum seal.
Oh.
And so you should be able to tell that it's already been opened.
Because I know, like, on the pints, like with the Ben and Jerry's, because
Yeah.
I'm very familiar with that. Then they have they have the seals on the smaller sizes, but yeah, those bigger ones they don't.
Not
That
anymore.
is just
Yeah.
not
Blue
okay.
Bell?
Blue
Bobbert
Bell?
knows what it is. It's whatever kind of ice cream he liked in Texas. It's a southern thing.
He was in Texas, and he didn't come back with an accent. How rude!
Right? I
Actually,
mean,
I'm
really.
horrible with accents because I pick them up and then I start doing them, and
It's wonderful. Speaking of which, there was a time when at work we were having a training,
Mhm.
and the person that came to train us had a southern accent. And apparently, every so often I would say a word that my team thought that I was mocking the poor trainer. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing it on purpose. It just comes out.
No, well, it's okay because I had coworkers from Memphis, and apparently every
See?
time we would go test on a certain thing for the job,
Mm-hmm.
the stress brought out the accent,
The fake accent.
the fake accent. And what's worse is because we do have a bit of Southern here in Utah, or Western, I don't know what you want to call it.
Something earned.
Something earned. Well, what's funny is it's
U-turn.
because it's between northern Utah and southern Utah, and it's like the middle of Utah, that's where you really hear it. Like when you're on road
You
trips,
hear it?
and you hear it. You really hear it. See, I just did it for you. You're welcome.
Speaking of diction, oh, wait, that's not
Or
diction.
lack thereof.
That is,
Pronunciation, enunciation, all the Asians.
it's actually referred to as, wait for it, I just took a test on this yesterday.
You did pass, right?
Less than 24 hours ago. If I saw the word, I could tell you that that's the right word.
This is why I can't do my education.
What is it?
It's not
Dialect.
dialect. There we go.
See, diction, dialect, it threw me off.
But it was saying the root word. Oh, look!
Thanks, darling.
10 minutes later.
I'm
Just kidding!
grateful. Excuse me. I grew myself in public.
It's alright. You've changed your clothes on the show. You've put lipstick.
Have I changed my clothes on the show?
No, I don't think you've actually changed them, but you were like pulling on a shirt while we started.
I pull on
I
the
think
shirt
it was
all
the
the
pie
time.
in the face episode, if I recall.
Well, if y'all want to see me change my clothes on set, now you know where to go look. Anyway.
Diction.
No, dialect.
Oh, dialect.
Speaking of dialect.
And we wonder why we haven't won a Tubi or whatever they're called.
Speaking of winning awards,
No, you've got to go with dialect first.
they actually go together.
Oh, okay, good. But
Remember?
I know it's not called a Tubi.
No, it is not. That is something else entirely. I don't know what, but it's different. Anyway, so I mentioned last episode that I was taking this class that I had to record speeches for and that I may be willing to share. And so
That was a big box of chapstick. What was that? Sorry, he came out with
that
a
was
big
like 5 minutes ago.
It was concerning me.
That's the box of chapstick we keep in the kitchen just in case. That was a bicycle part.
Oh, thank heavens. I thought you'd been to the Costco or something.
Oh, if only I could get those at the Costco.
Sorry.
Anyway.
You wanted to know what it's like to be with us. This is what it's like.
Save me. You can clearly see I'm the one suffering here.
You could be so lucky. Anyway.
Oh, wow. Anywho, as they say, yes. So you can, we, and people think this is scripted. Okay.
Oh.
As it turns
Got the
out,
vapors.
I have a video of we fake won a Streamy Award.
I was about to say a Tubi. She's looking at me. A Tubi?
A Tubi is not a thing you win. Another thing I'm sure of. Ooh,
Oh, look, there he goes.
Spy Hub's on his motorcycle.
How does he wear all that armor?
And you thought you were warm.
I know.
Cry a tear
Oh.
for poor warm Jared. Anyway, yeah, so we fake won the Streamy Award for comedy series, and Jared could not be bothered to show up, so I had to accept the
This
award.
totally be how it is in real life.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So I accepted the award on our behalf, and I believe that the acceptance speech is going to be available to you all soon.
Good.
It's,
I can't wait to see it.
it's lovely. And now I'm afraid that this part was cut out of the video, but I was presented the award by none other than Jack Black.
You know, I wish I'd thought of this. We should have had one of the puppets do it.
Okay,
I wasn't
this
thinking
isn't
that
like-
far ahead,
look,
but
this,
you know.
this isn't like when you get your Eagle Scout and you get to choose who pins the pin on you. It's not like that.
Surely our puppets are good enough to work for the Tubi. I mean, the Streamy, right?
Nobody
The
works for the Tubi. Anyway, before I forget, speaking of your shirt,
Yes. I
so my hair is falling out.
feel like I should do a advertisement.
Oh, my
for
hair
it
is
today.
really falling out. I
Well, you
apologize.
better look out. You're gonna end up like me any day now. I found a terrific razor though. When you get to that point.
Thanks. I think. So there is a neighbor in this neighborhood.
Oh, good, because this is gonna give me a jumping off point.
It's a large neighborhood, but so there's a house that has the two separate garages, like the two little garages instead of one big garage, right? And so often, probably 8 times out of 10, when we drive past this house, the one garage door is open, and this guy is standing there. He's there drinking or whatever, having a smoke, whatever. He's just hanging out, right? I don't mean like he's not like drinking. Anyway,
Just
he's
enjoying
just
life.
hanging out. And we wave to him when we go past. And we call him Boomhauer.
This one.
Yes. Although then we've just since decided that he's probably more Dale.
This one.
What would be nice
Not everybody
is
knows.
if we actually went over and talked to him and figured out which one he was. Someday. Anyway.
Might be a bill for all we know.
For all we know. Yeah, he really strikes me as a Dale. Anyway, so we see him in the winter, in the summer, whenever. Well, recently we drove past and saw a truck parked in the garage with a patio chair, not like a fancy patio chair, but one of those white plastic patio chairs,
You know.
in the bed of the truck where he was sitting. No, wait, there's more. The other day, I drove past, and to that scene was added a fan sitting right in front.
When you want to sit in your pickup.
I mean,
But this does give me. I'm like, oh, good. I'm glad you were talking about that neighbor. So speaking of good
that's
boy.
not where the neighbor is.
No, that's not where the neighbor is.
Don't point, it's rude. Raised in a barn?
I was
Your
pointing
mother
at
would be-
you.
No, you were pointing that way. He hit his head.
I did hit my head. It kind of hurts now.
You're telling me.
So speaking of good old boys, so there I have yet
There's
another
more
good old boy
good old
story.
boys.
So I'm driving past our local Lucky's. So glad we have one now, just so I can say that.
And it's not Tom Petty.
No. Our local Lucky's grocery store.
Mhm.
And there's a shirtless gentleman with his firearm hooked to his belt, loading groceries into his car. I couldn't help but wonder, was he sitting in his car waiting to get the groceries? Or Did Lucky's waive their no shirt, no service policy?
Wait, he was loading them into the car?
Uh-huh.
Who's
From
to,
the cart.
Who's to say he wasn't in the store with them?
Well,
Did you see somebody deliver the cart to him?
no.
So why are you assuming that he wasn't in the store?
Well, I'm just concerned that he was in the store with his shirt off.
People don't load their groceries in the store, Jared. It's perfectly
know,
natural to
but-
be loading groceries into your car in the parking lot. That's
Shirtless?
normal.
Shirtless? It was concerning.
I mean, they're getting really loose on those rules.
I know,
these days.
that's why I
No
said, did
shirt,
they
no
waive?
shoes. Eh,
You know, there he is.
we'll take your money, whatever
He's got
you
his
wear.
gun, so maybe we're not gonna ask him to put on
And,
a shirt.
I mean, maybe sometimes the shirt's worse. I don't know.
It was a scary gentleman. Anyway.
Wow.
All right, you have a
Scary.
look or some, or a look. Oh my gosh, a link that I'm supposed to look at.
Yes. So,
Shall we do it now?
yes, my sister sent me this link, and it is parents sharing with the world creepy things that their children say. Now, give it to me and I will read it to you. Don't read it.
I'm trying not to.
Okay. Don't read it. Don't read my message. Give me your phone. Okay.
All right,
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I mean, I've been waiting all week to read these. I saw 3 of them.
This is like when I
accidentally.
saw the Muppet thing and
It's true.
sat on that for a
It's true.
while.
Okay.
All right.
Here's the first one. It's one of my favorites. Well, of the 3. She ripped the head off of one of her dolls and put it in a box. I asked her why she did that. She said, practicing.
There's a Wednesday Addams in the making right there.
I was alone with my 4-year-old daughter when she began staring out a dark window, and she said, she's here.
When children see things, though, that's... Because kids and pets, they're the ones that see the things.
Oh, okay.
Ugh.
I need to ask you about something else.
Okay.
All right.
Oh,
Oh, yes, I love this one too. I overheard a little girl referring to her new daycare employee say, her eyes are pretty. I want to wear them on my charm bracelet. Now, I want you to know that I described these to my boss, and he was horrified that I thought they were so hilarious. And I'm like, what, you haven't known me for all these years? Is your surprise at all?
My boss would not be surprised at all.
Okay, this one's new to both of us. My husband is a farmer, and late one night he took my 4-year-old and 2-year-old to the field to pick him up from work. Oh, sorry. I took my 4-year-old. Like, he can't take the kids to pick himself up.
Well, no, I'm
Right.
like, what are they picking up out there?
I might have to get my eyes checked. Okay, my husband is a farmer, and late one night I took my 4-year-old and 2-year-old to the field to pick him up from work. Well, while we were waiting for him to finish up, my 2-year-old asked, "Oh dear, Mommy, who that man outside?" I responded, "I don't see a man. Is your Ken doll on the floor?" Then my 4-year-old piped up and said, "He's right outside your door, staring at you. He's scary. He has blood on his face."
Oh, no.
I called my husband, told him to hurry the hell up, and we left. But my girls are now 5 and 7 years old, and they still remember that man and refuse to go to that field.
That might need a little investigation. Oh.
Yes, blood on his
I mean, when
Okay.
both of them are so... Oh, all right.
One day, the girl I babysat. Oh, this is the same. We already did that one. Oh, it's the girl. Okay, this is the. Hi, we're professionals.
Look out, 2Bs, here we come. I don't care that it's whatever it is.
We don't know what it is. This is the one we read before, but it's the full thing.
All right.
One day, the girl I babysat was playing with her dolls, and she ripped the head off of one of and put it in a box. I looked inside the box, and there were a whole bunch of stray heads in there. I asked her what she was doing this for, and she replied, practicing. I never babysat her again. Now, what a wasted opportunity.
Oh, I'll say.
I would have been like, parents, you need to go out more often. She clearly needs to be taken under my wing, and we need to learn to do things properly.
Exactly. Oh
Okay.
my goodness.
When my son was 5 years old, he told me he couldn't wait for me to die so he could have his own zombie. I've slept with one eye open ever since.
That's like that creepy preview we saw where the kid was in bed with the mom and you see his hand and go, Mommy, am I a good boy?
Oh yeah, that was the boy, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
That movie was fantastic.
Oh!
I checked the night vision video monitor.
Oh, look, he's back.
Oh.
He gave me a chin chuck.
He gave us a chin check and a rev. Did you hear that? I bet you didn't. Did you guys hear it? Tell us if
Maybe.
you heard it. Anyway,
All right.
I checked the night vision video monitor to make sure my 2-year-old daughter was finally asleep, since I hadn't heard any noise in a while and I saw her standing in the crib. She then slowly bent all the way over in a way that looked humanly impossible, cocked her head, and said, "Hi." How did she know I was looking at the monitor at that exact moment?
That's called possession, children. That's called calling the exorcist. Oh my gracious. Oh, people.
I was driving my 2-year-old son home one night when he looked at me and said, "I am not from here." I asked him where he was from, and he explained that our world is a bubble amongst countless other bubbles, and that he was from another one. I don't think I even said anything in response. Once I was babysitting my 6-year-old cousin, and he was playing with his trains. Well, he started yelling that they were about to crash and then smashed them together. Then he lifted the parts up, slowly looked at me, and whispered, "There were no survivors."
Oh my gosh, this is concerning.
I'm about to have tears. There were no survivors.
No survivors.
One day, oh, I can't read with laughter tears in my eyes. One day, my son stared at the corner and asked, "Why is that man watching us? And why is his head like this?"
I'm telling you, you get out of the room as soon as that starts.
He yanked his head at a sharp angle, similar to how a hanging victim would look. Needless to say, it freaked me the expletive out. Okay, I want more like that other one.
Yeah, I don't like the creepy ones.
Maybe I should have read these in advance. I apologize. I'm still interchanging.
Live, whatever this is, streamy.
Oh my gosh. Okay, my best friend was cleaning out her dresser drawers when her 3-year-old picked up a picture and said, "Mommy, this is me when I was a grandma." It was a picture of my friend's grandmother. She asked, "What?" And her daughter replied, "Don't you remember? I was Grandma Marie." My friend's grandmother had died a decade before her daughter was born.
Reincarnation!
Who knew? My kid's friend hit a floating bubble and split it into 2. She said it gave birth and that it was romantic. Then she suddenly popped them both and said, "Murder is more romantic." I wonder if that was Hannah.
Maybe.
I witnessed a 4-year-old girl tell one of her preschool classmates, "I'm going to kill your mom and poop on your grass."
They're getting very violent lately, these children.
Oh my goodness. When my nephew was 5 years old, he said he wanted to cut off my head, scoop my brains out, and use my skull to drink out of. He was laughing the entire time.
Oh my gosh. I just can't even.
I woke up one morning to my 3-year-old daughter standing over me, staring and saying, "I've been waiting for you, Mommy." Okay.
Oh.
Let's see.
All right.
I'm trying to find one more good one here.
Find one more good one, because I'm about to be a puddle.
You look like melted ice cream.
Poor Thor.
I know. Okay, let's see. When we first moved into our new house, our 4-year-old refused to go upstairs, saying, "I don't want the things upstairs to defeat me."
That, yeah.
Okay, so I have
All
to
right.
ask you,
Okay.
before we end
wrap.
here, what is your since so many of these were
Supernatural.
related to this, what's your feeling on photos with orbs in them?
So, orbs are a hard thing to figure out if they're actually orbs. So, because you don't know if they're a reflection,
Right?
dust, or insects. I'm like, there's a third one.
Okay.
I'm like, there's a third one. So, the best way with orbs, in my experience, and yes, I've had experience, and any ghost hunting professional will tell you this as well, that when you do your pictures and you think you have something, you need to do them consecutively,
Oh,
especially
it's
if you can, yeah.
so if it's the same, then it's real, and if it's not the same,
Right, and
what
if
if
you
they're
get
hanging out?
genuine movement, because like dust is gonna be more erratic and
Oh, I see. So
yeah.
if
If
it's
it's
moved,
moving, then
you're safe.
it's easier to prove to say, oh look, I did 4 photos at 11:48 or whatever, and yeah, we can track it.
so you want it to move.
Um,
That means it's something funky, or
well, I've had a situation where I've had one down here, and then it kind of stayed there, and then it came at me.
as they do. I tell you this
Anyway,
because somebody posted pictures. Our old junior high is in the process of being demolished.
so I think I might have told this story, but anyway, finish yours first.
There was a picture of the swimming pool and one of the major
Where
hallways.
There was at the swimming pool. There was a legitimate
There was
death
one, but there were
that we
several
know of.
orbs.
Yeah.
Several. And in the hallway there were even more.
So
They didn't have any pictures from under the stage, which is where everyone believes that they are.
right, the stage was just the stage always had a vibe, and yeah, the stage was a little bit creepy. Not gonna lie. But
gotta be a
there was
story
there was
somewhere.
old stuff. Like I'm curious to know what they did with all the stuff after, because
Good
there were
question.
roll books and grade books down there from like the 50s that you could open
probably
up,
just threw 'em
and
away.
they probably did.
I want to
but
find out what my parents' grades were.
yeah, because I think that's where I found your Shamrock of the Month plaque at one point, was when I was working there. Anyway,
In the haunted area?
no, the haunted area was like way in the back, but
Oh.
there were. I might as well tell the 2 stories. I said we were going to wrap up, but I'm going to sweat some more for this. So, the one big issue, because we would only talk amongst the believers, you know. So we had a night
It's like a cult.
where the security alarm was tripped by footage from the video cameras, and the police came, and there was no sign of forcible entry or anything.
So professional.
Right. So yeah. So they came. They're like, there was nothing here, and so the end of the story is the security person at the time. She's like, I got something I need to run by you and show you. She's like, as to why this happened. And I'm like, okay. So in the security footage, you see, and it was on the 2nd floor. A guy, you can see that the face is white, and what looks like a trench coat appear for 2 seconds, and then it's gone.
Do you think it was Mr. Irwin? I don't know if he's.
No, I don't think he's dead. I don't think.
so.
Oh my goodness. But yeah.
Wow.
So, but it physically tripped enough to get law enforcement to
Well.
respond. To, and then the other one was they had this big, huge, and this is what makes me sad about these old buildings. They had this big, huge auditorium
Yes.
that was just awesome. That was like a theater and had a balcony.
It was very,
and
very large. Yes.
so the custodian one day is like, so I found this area and I need you to come back here
And it ain't no dead rat.
and look at it. So what he had found was on this other side of the stage there was this ladder that you could climb up, And I'm sure it was used for like replacing lights or
I
something.
remember that ladder. Mm-hmm.
So we go up there. And I wasn't thrilled because I'm not big on heights like that when you have to climb a ladder, but I
Yeah.
was good to go to
I'm
see.
surprised you did it.
There's a desk up there from like 19.
You
It was like
go to the
1950
White
something or
Rafters.
something. Yeah, and he's like, this would have been some effort to like get up here. And I'm like, well, we can't say that it was supernatural. It might have just been sitting here for 50 years, but you
I
know.
want to know who had to sit there.
It was still kind of creepy. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know if a
That's
director went up there. I was trying to figure out a way to like justify it. Yeah, you know.
That's
But
hilarious.
because yeah, that was the
Now I
only
wonder.
reason I could find for that area. But
Hmm.
yeah, that building was
Yeah, so somebody
something
took
else.
pictures of the
and saw the
pre-demolish
orbs
and posted them and pointed out the orbs. But my favorite part of this post is that somebody had misread the headline and thought that it said demolish found bodies.
oh no.
So I replied and I said, oh, don't worry, they'll never find those. We're safe.
Well, it's sad because while I had my tenure there for about 3 years, we used
So
to
that's a
joke
3-year.
like, yeah, if kids moved away or something, you know, the class would be like, "Where's so and so?" Oh, they had to move away. You'll never find the body. I mean, we would joke all the time. Under the pitcher's mound.
The good old days.
Back before we were so PC. And stuff. So on
Yeah.
that note, oh wait,
Last thing.
last thing.
I have to give my friend Jen her 2 seconds of fame.
Oh, okay.
She was telling me about her friend in New York that
Uh-huh.
she's going to stay with. And she said, well, she lives in Soho. Well, kind of in Soho, but not really in Soho. And I said, Soho-ish? And she says, yeah, just like my nickname in high school. Classic.
Classic Jen, right?
Yes,
I
good
don't,
job.
yeah. I'm like,
Head injury's gone.
that injury's gone. Woo! Back in the game. All right. As we turn into puddles, we
We
are
will let
going
you be
to
now.
sign off. I'm Jared.
I'm Kate.
We'll see you next time.